So recently I installed this 12 volt air conditioner. It's a Dometic RTX 2000, and I've waited a long time to install this thing. I should have installed it a lot sooner than what I did, but I finally gave in and I installed it, and it's right here, and it's been working fantastically. So if you want to install one, I'm going to give you some tips on how to do it, and I'll take you step by step on how I did it. If you want to install an air conditioner, the first thing you need to do is choose which one you like to install. There's different types of air conditioners out there. You have your 110 volt air conditioners that usually go on top of RVs, and then you have the 12 volt air conditioners. 12 volt air conditioners, there's a few different models out there, different manufacturers. I went with a Dometic, and if you have something similar, this application may apply also to your air conditioner. Whatever vehicle you have, a van like mine, a box van, whatever, you want to locate on your roof where you want to install this type of air conditioner. Once you have your air conditioner, and once you pick the location of where you're going to install the air conditioner, then you have a couple different steps to take. First step is that you may want to use the seal that comes with the air conditioner. If you go with something else like I did, then the company that I bought my inserts to go on a roof, they make them specific for the type of vehicle that you have. So mine is a Chevy Express 2500, and the roof contours are a certain way, and they're the same back to front, so it doesn't matter where I put it. You may have a different vehicle that has different contours, and then they'll need to know where to front to back, where exactly your air conditioner is going to go. I am not going to say who I got the inserts from. I am sorry. You're going to have to do that research on your own, because I've never asked anyone for anything, but this one time I asked if they would like to do a collaboration, that I was going to make a couple videos on the air conditioner, and they answered my other questions that I had, but they were totally silent on that collaboration part. I told them it didn't matter, I was still going to buy the product from them, and I did, and I like it, but I'm not going to say who they are. So if you decide to investigate and find those inserts and spacers and foam seal that like I did, then great. Then you can follow along with those steps that I did. If you decide to use the foam seal that came with the air conditioner, then your steps are pretty much the same. Just follow the instructions that came with the air conditioner for the application of the seal. Once you have your location picked, or where you're gonna place the air conditioner, the next step is to mark it on the roof so that you can cut it. If you find those inserts like I did, you can just trace on the inside of the insert in the exact location that you want to cut the roof, and then you just cut along those lines. If you're going to use the seal that came with the air conditioner, then they have a template, and the template is a lot bigger than the hole needs to be, because over here on this side the cables for the air conditioner come through, and they want you to cut a few inches more for that cable, when all you need to do is cut a little notch around where that cable is. If you don't want to use the template that they provide, just take some measurements on your air conditioner and just make the cut maybe a little bit bigger than what the air conditioner is, and just keep in mind that it flares up slightly, so near the top it's wider than over here at the bottom. So just cut it a little bit bigger, and then cut a notch around where the cable is coming in. If you found those inserts, here's the step-by-step process.
Are we ready?
Yes. Oh, it works. One thing that I didn't do, and I would advise you to do, because I had to place the air conditioner on top of the gasket, and I had to kind of guess where the holes were, and then I had to come on the inside and try to fish those inserts with the bolts. There's an easier way to do that I didn't do. So if you get these rods, they're called by different names. This one is called steel threaded rod, or it's all threaded, or whatever you want to call it. It's just a rod that's all threaded. You find a length that you need, or you may have to cut it if you don't find the length that you need. I went to a hardware store afterwards, and I bought one of these just to show you. And if this was too big, I could cut it in half, so I would have 2 out of 1. So I would need to buy 2 of these to make 4 rods, about 12 inches long. And you want to get something that's the right size to insert on those threads, on those inserts you have in the air conditioner. So when you are working on it, you have the air conditioner upside down, and now you have your inserts in the air conditioner for the bolts to go through the rod holding the air conditioner, and then you want to get one of these all threaded rods of the same size, and you want to thread that through those inserts. So you want to have 4, 1 on each insert. And what that's going to do is that's going to help you guide the air conditioner through the holes. So there's 4 bolts holding your air conditioner, and these rods would save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. So once you have these rods on your air conditioner, and by yourself or preferably with somebody else, like I did, I had help of a good friend of mine, you then using these rods, you lower the air conditioner right through the holes, and that's it. You almost aligned perfectly. Now all you got to do is come back on the inside of the vehicle, remove 1 thread at a time, and then insert the bolt in there. Find the thread. You may have to wiggle it slightly, or you may not, because if you have these all threaded rods the right size to go in your inserts, then you should be perfectly aligned. Now you take 1 at a time and you insert the bolts in there, and you're done. Because my van is finished on the inside, I inserted the rod right underneath the roof of the van, because this is finished, and then that rod was going to be hanging over here, and I didn't like the look of it. So I placed the rod right against the roof of the van on the inside, with the only thing separating it from the metal of the van was the Reflectix. So that kind of acts as a shield, a barrier, so that the 2 metals are not touching each other. And then in here I placed some spacers, and those spacers were the exact size to go through my plywood, the Reflectix, and the foam insulation that I have in there, and they go right against the bar, the 2 bars that's in here. So when I put the bolt through here and put a washer in there and tighten everything up, it's not going to compress my roof. It's not going to compress the foam. It's going to the insert, the washer, and the bolt is going to push on the insert. The insert is going to push on the bar that's there holding the air conditioner, and the whole thing will push against each other and compress against each other, and now everything is nice and tight. It's not going to go anywhere because it's right underneath the roof, and it's out of the way. Another thing that I did was also buy this this trim, this white piece right here, because the trim that comes with the air conditioner is huge. It would have come probably up to here, and it would have been that much wider, and it looks, you know, much deeper, and it looks very ugly. So for my vehicle, it didn't work. I'm glad I ordered this insert right from the start, and it works great. The insert, they want you also to drill holes through your roof and then attach the insert, the trim right through the air to the air conditioner. The air conditioner has four holes to hold to the bar that holds the air conditioner in place, and then it's got another four holes for you to drill through the roof just to hold the trim on the inside. And this one was going to be designed, it had holes in here already pre-drilled for the same purpose, and I decided against it because I don't want to drill more holes through the roof than I have to. So all I did was I drilled a few extra holes, and I put screws right to my plywood, and it's holding fine. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not holding any weight except its own weight, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 screws in there. If you have a 12-volt system, you use the thicker cable. If you have a 24-volt system, you use the thinner cable. I have a 12-volt system. I use the thicker cable. The cable is plenty long. It came around this way, through my cabinets, down through this other cabinet, and then into my 2 batteries that I have there. And I cut the cable, and I cut, I don't know, maybe an extra 6 feet of cable that I didn't need. So the cable is plenty long, but I would take note of the length of the cable and where you're going to install your air conditioner, because if it's too far away from your batteries, you may need to extend the cable. And it's just, I forget the gauge of the cable, but you can just get the same gauge cable and just connect them together and extend them if you need to. I didn't have to. So one other thing that I did, it does come with 80 amp fuse that I installed right next to the battery, not far from the battery. But then I also installed on my own that I bought separately, a on and off shut off switch. I guess it stays on standby mode for a while, for quite a few hours, maybe overnight even, and then eventually it turns itself off. But in case I want the air conditioner to be completely off, I install that shut off switch, and then in the winter months when I'm not using it, instead of having it constantly connected to power even though it's not on, I can just turn it off and be done with it. So that's it, folks. That's your installation. Pretty simple. And hopefully yours will work as well as mine.
Upon you I was cast from birth. You have been my God from my mother's womb. Psalm 22:10.
I'm going to turn my air conditioner on. It's sunny. I got plenty of power, just on solar power alone, and it's set for 62.